I still keep that tiny wrinkled note in my drawer because it saved my life. It only had 5 words written in hurried handwriting. Pretend to be sick and leave. At the time, I thought my 15-year-old daughter, Ava, was overreacting. I had no idea she had just uncovered a plan that would destroy everything I believed about the man I had married. That morning began like any other in our quiet Chicago suburb. My husband, Daniel, was hosting an important brunch for business partners, and I had spent days preparing every detail. While I finished cooking, Ava quietly pulled me into her room. Her face was pale, and fear filled her eyes. She slipped the folded note into my hand and begged me to trust her without asking questions. Before she could explain, Daniel appeared at the door, smiling as always, though something about his expression suddenly felt cold. Following my daughter's desperate plea, I pretended to have a migraine and told Daniel I needed to stop by the pharmacy. He reluctantly agreed, and Ava insisted on coming with me. The moment we pulled away from the house, Ava broke down in tears. The night before, she had overheard Daniel speaking on the phone. He calmly explained that I would drink my usual tea during brunch, collapse from poison, and everyone would believe I had suffered a heart attack. He even laughed while discussing the $1 million life insurance policy he had convinced me to sign months earlier. Ava had secretly checked his office after the call and discovered financial records proving his company was bankrupt and that he had been stealing money from me for months. My world shattered in an instant. The loving husband I trusted had only married me for my money. Running away would never be enough because Daniel would simply claim I had lost my mind. We needed proof. Against every instinct, we returned home and acted as though nothing had happened. While I distracted Daniel and his guests, Ava searched his office. She photographed a small bottle hidden inside a drawer, along with a handwritten schedule, describing exactly when I would be poisoned and how long it would take before anyone noticed. Before she could leave, Daniel became suspicious and locked us inside an upstairs bedroom. Realizing he knew something was wrong, we tied blankets together, climbed out the second-story window, and escaped into the woods behind our neighborhood while Daniel chased us in fury. We eventually reached a crowded shopping mall where I contacted my old college friend, Olivia, now a respected criminal defense attorney. Before she arrived, police officers approached us after Daniel reported that I was mentally unstable and had kidnapped my own daughter. He had already started building a false story to protect himself. Thankfully, Olivia quickly took control, insisting we remain silent until proper legal procedures were followed. She immediately arranged for investigators to obtain a search warrant before Daniel could destroy the evidence. At the police station, Daniel continued pretending to be the perfect husband. He claimed I suffered from imaginary mental illness and that the bottle in his office contained harmless medication. For a brief moment, I feared everyone would believe him. Then investigators returned from our house with devastating evidence. The poison had tested positive as a deadly toxin. They also discovered Daniel had planted his own blood inside my daughter's bedroom to frame me as a violent mother. Financial records revealed he had secretly transferred my inheritance into hidden accounts while planning to collect my insurance payout after my death. The mask finally slipped. Daniel exploded in anger, screaming that he had never loved me and that I had only been a source of money. Police officers restrained him before he could attack us. He was arrested for attempted murder, fraud, and fabricating evidence. Later, investigators uncovered an even darker truth. Years earlier, another wealthy wife had died shortly after marrying him under suspicious circumstances. New forensic testing eventually proved she had also been poisoned. Daniel was later convicted and sentenced to spend the rest of his life behind bars. The months that followed were filled with therapy, court hearings, and rebuilding a life that had nearly been stolen from us. Ava and I moved into a smaller home, where peace slowly replaced fear. Watching my daughter grow stronger reminded me that courage is not measured by age. She had trusted her instincts when I could not, and her quick thinking saved my life. Every time I unfold that little note, I remember that real heroes do not always wear uniforms or carry weapons. Sometimes they are frightened teenagers who refuse to stay silent when something feels wrong. That small act of courage gave us a second chance, and it taught me that listening to the people who truly love us can mean the difference between life and death.